Hello. I would like to tell you some stories today. Back in 1967, a new TV show, Dragnet, used this opening. The story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. My stories are true also, and I do not name any names. Let's get started. I went through the police academy in the fall of 1970, over 50 years ago. So my memories may be fuzzy here and there, but I have a few pictures that tell an interesting story. When I hired on to my first peace officer job, the state law said you could work up to 6 months before going to the academy. I was hoping for all 6, so I would be able to pass. The academy had a reputation of being hard, or at least that's what I was told. I hired on in late July and graduated from the academy on December 16, 1970. So I did get some good experience ahead of time. This is a picture of the 4 officers who attended the academy from our city. I don't know how well I did because they didn't start recognizing class valedictorians for another year or 2. But I know I got full points for my essay assignment, and I did well in firearms and the physical tests, so I was somewhere near the top. I was happy with that. Now here is that unusual story about the graduation. Our wives were invited to the graduation banquet and ceremony, where we were sworn in by Chief Justice Crockett of the Utah Supreme Court and given our certificate and copy of the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics. My wife stood up to get a picture of me receiving my certificate, but the camera wasn't cocked and she missed the opportunity. She just said, "Click," and started to sit down. But Chief Judge Crockett heard her and stopped and asked her if she wanted a picture. He put his arm around my shoulder and posed for the shot. This photograph means much more to me now than it did then. I can't imagine a state Supreme Court judge doing that now. I doubt one even gives out the certificates now. Here is a black and white photo of our police academy graduation groups. This is a picture of the Code of Ethics I received. I framed it and put it on the wall of every office I worked in during my 37-year police career. It has a place among my certificates of merit and medals now. I read it whenever the pressures of internal affairs was weighing down on me. Internal affairs is difficult because you are hated by those fellow employees you have to report on. Reading the code reminds me that they had the same duty to measure up to it as I did. If every officer held to the Code of Ethics, I would not have any internal affairs stories to tell. Don't get me wrong, I made mistakes, and I took my discipline for them also. But I never got fired, and I did get promoted to supervisory positions. The Police Officer Academy training was not the only training I have. Every year, a peace officer has to have a given number of training hours to stay certified. That includes weapons training requirements also. I continued with my university classes when I could. When I was working at the same time the class was held, I usually asked my wife to go and take notes, which I could study for the finals. One time, in a chemistry class, the teacher gave a surprise quiz while she was taking notes for me. She took the quiz and got 100% on it, which was just fine with me, but then she's an honest person. She told the teacher what she had done, and I wasn't given any credit for that quiz. She said she took chemistry in the 10th grade. Good memory. I can't get away with anything. After joining the Highway Patrol in 1976, I had to start taking extension classes held in various cities around the state. That meant traveling a lot of miles off duty in my personal car, all for education. In 1978, I graduated with a major in police science and a minor in psychology. This is my graduation picture. I was surprised when they gave me a plaque for having the highest GPA in the police science school that year. I found I had enough police training and experience to get the Advanced Police Officer Training Certificate from the state, so I did. After I resigned from the Highway Patrol and went to work in a coal mine, I was elected as sheriff. I had been out of law enforcement for 3 years, just long enough that my original academy graduation was no longer valid. I had to pass a test in order for it to become valid again. I was grateful I didn't have to redo the whole academy again. I studied and took the test. I passed with a score of 93, which was higher than the minimum, and was recertified. If you are thinking about a law enforcement career, plan on university training. It will help your career and help you be a better officer. Do the work to become the best you can at whatever you choose. Well, that's my academy and training story. Thank you for watching.